welcome back to the channel for the second leak recap of the season. I haven't really had to do these too much since we've mainly been getting spaced out leaks. But yeah, this one is more focused on actual story details of Season 11, so I figured I'd just put them in one big video, and I would consider them to be leaks, since of course no official information is really revealed. But yeah, today we're covering some new set measurement images and more story details. So first we have a bunch of set measurements, and this one is actually going to be the Land Bounty, which is looking to be quite a big set, almost 2 feet, 21 inches, 53 centimeters in length and 9 inches in width. So that's pretty big for the most part, and it's only going to be 8 inches in height. That's not too tall, but yeah, this is looking to be a pretty big set. We also have Cole's bike here, which is going to be a smaller set, only 8 inches and only 2 inches tall, which is generally pretty small for a Lego set. And it's actually going to be 4 inches wide. So yeah, this is just a smaller little set. And yeah, we also have the Castle of the Forsaken Emperor. And this castle, I mean, it's kind of getting worse for me in terms of my own opinion. I'm not really liking it as much as I did before. But yeah, this is pretty big. It's actually over a foot wide. So yeah, then we also have the Shuricopter here, which is a foot wide, a foot long actually, and 9 inches wide, as well as being 5 inches tall. So this is a little bigger than I would have expected. Definitely wouldn't have expected it to be a full foot, but yeah, that's pretty cool. Then we also have the little buggy thing. I can't remember what this is called, but it's actually smaller than the Shuricopter in terms of length, only 10 inches, and 5 inches in terms of width. So yeah, I wouldn't expect this to be smaller than the Shuricopter in terms of length. We also have the dragon from the Forsaken Emperor's Castle, which is 21 inches in width and another 15 inches in length, only being about 4 inches in height. See, that is pretty big, actually. And then we have the itty-bitty set of the wave, which is this Lloyd's Adventure set, which is only going to be about 3 inches in width and length, and only 2 inches tall. So yeah, this is a really, really itty-bitty set. So yeah, that's pretty small. And then, of course, we do have the Titan mech, which is very big. It's going to be about a foot tall and a little over a foot wide. Well, it's going to be about 6 inches, not 16, 6 inches wide. So yeah, this is definitely a lot bigger than I would have expected, and this possibly could be Ninjago's biggest sized mech yet. And then lastly, we have the Fire Fang, which stretched out will be a little over a foot and will be about 7 inches wide. And, you know, when posed in that position, it's going to actually be 9 inches tall. So yeah, that is the Fire Fang. It's not the biggest set in the world. But yeah, these set measurements are definitely interesting. It's nicer to see a little scale with the minifigure. And it's definitely very useful to know how big these sets will be. And yeah, on to some more details. We do have something called the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu, which will be presumably one of the collectible items of the wave and in the actual season itself. So yeah, that is definitely very interesting. And what's very interesting about it, and in this image you can see Kai with the weapon with the scroll on it, but what's actually interesting is that this might actually be, it's going to be the thing that probably would connect the Pyrosnakes and Ice Samurai, as it actually appears in both waves of sets. It appears in the Ice Samurai sets as well as the Pyrosnake sets. So yeah, that is actually really interesting, because in some of the sets, I think the Titan mech, General Vex is actually wielding one of these poles with the scroll on it. While in another set, I think the Fire Fang set or Land Bounty, you have the Snake Sorceress who is actually holding her own pole with this scroll in it. So that leads me to believe that there would probably be multiple copies of this, or alternatively, these two groups could actually be fighting over the Scroll of Forbidden Spinjitzu, which would actually be quite cool. But given that it is a scroll, of course, and there were multiple scrolls of Irjitzu in Season 5, it is entirely possible that there could also be multiple scrolls of Forbidden Spinjitzu, and these different sides could be acquiring it from different places. But if this was actually going to be the reason for their war, if they were actually fighting over this one scroll, that would actually make perfect sense. And lastly, we have another little update with the Ice Samurai headquarters, which is rumored to be called the Kingdom of Neverland, is now being renamed apparently to the Kingdom of Never Realm, which is interesting, so credit to Ninja Whip for that leak. But yeah, it's now being called the Kingdom of Never Realm, which leads many to believe that this actually could be a brand new realm. I think this is 100% possible, as, you know, these Ice Samurai just seem to kind of come out of nowhere, so it wouldn't really make too much sense to have a random unexplored part of Ninjago where these guys actually did dwell. So if it was another realm, that would be super cool. There are still about 9 realms left that we don't know yet, so it would make total sense to expand upon that idea. since there's just so much we've yet to learn about the remaining realms. So that would make total sense, and that also raises the question of if the Destruction Desert, which is where the Pyro Snakes will be presumably coming from, is also in another realm, in the same realm maybe, or in Ninjago too. So yeah, that also remains to be seen. But thank you guys for watching this leak recap. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, share with everyone you know, and I will see you next time.